If you're an American or if you're a person in the United States of America, I have a question for you. Well, if you're not an American also, please stay. You need to pay attention to this. When you call an American company, an American business, a large American business like an American Express or a Verizon or I don't know, Bank of America, the person picking up your call, where do you think that person sits? Well, thanks to pop culture and a lot of, in general, awareness being raised, most people know that the person picking up your call when you call a customer helpline is sitting in India. Statistically, today, it's more likely that the person picking up your call is a call taker sitting in the Philippines, because as of today, the number of call center employees in the Philippines is more than those in India. India is second place overall in terms of call center volume. There are a few nuances. Philippines is more popular for generic voice-based support because a lot of people there natively speak English, but call centers in India are still a thriving industry because more technical expertise is readily available with Indians given the number of engineers and engineering colleges we have. Makes me sad to say this. Recent estimates put the number of call center employees in the Philippines at around 1.3 to 1.5 million call takers, and in India about 1.1 to 1.3 million call takers. Now, these are not call center employees overall. These are just those that are servicing US companies. Which means that as of today, as you're watching this video, well, at least as on the day this video is published, there are more than 2 million call center employees, otherwise known as call takers, servicing large American companies. Why am I bringing this up? Well, this week there is a bit of news. Well, this month actually, there's a bit of news coming from the US, which could put all those jobs out of jobs and all those call centers out of business. The Federal Communications Commissioner, the chairman of the FCC of the United States of America, basically the person who's tasked by Donald Trump, the US president, to regulate the airwaves, to regulate telecom providers, to regulate cable news and whatever it is, radios that transfer via airwaves in the US. He has come out with a proposal this month that his commission is going to vote on, which requires that call center employees or call takers of large American businesses be physically based in the US. There are so many things wrong with that. First of all, this FCC chairman, whose name is Brendan Carr, by the way, and he is widely known to be a worshipper of Donald Trump. This person falsely claims that Americans are often frustrated when they call American businesses and an employee overseas picks up their call. Well, leave aside the fact that if these proposals or set of proposals are implemented, if what he is suggesting is implemented, 2.something million jobs will have to be created in the US overnight. Otherwise, you'll have a lot of frustrated, millions and millions of frustrated customers who won't be able to have their queries answered. No Fortune 500 company is willing to pay full American wages, even minimum wages, for hundreds and hundreds of people sitting in the US picking up customer calls. I guarantee you that. Call centers have been a thriving business because of the exchange rate and because we have a lot more people who are willing to sit and take calls in exchange for a salary. Let's be real. I guarantee you, at least no way, at least not this year, you're going to have 2 million something people in the US working as call center employees. You won't even have so many call centers being set up in the US. And it's not like the current administration can tell big companies to bring people into the US. Remember what they did with the H-1B visa and the restriction they put around it? So what are these companies, what are these Fortune 500 companies going to do to replace the hundreds of call centers that used to be based overseas that they would not be able to utilize anymore? I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to AI the hell out of it. They're going to replace these call center call takers, human call takers, with bots, AI bots, because they are far cheaper than humans. But if that happens, the American public is going to be so frustrated that the FCC is going to have more complaints about customer care employees being bots. I mean, just imagine an 80-year-old bank customer who wants to quickly block his credit card because someone stole his credit card number. They call the bank's call center, a bot picks up, doesn't know what the hell he's saying, and he loses money. Poor guy. Well, I think at this point I have more foresight than Brendan Carr, even though I'm nowhere near empowered to regulate anything in the United States. What I'm worried about is that if this set of proposal is going to be implemented, millions of jobs in India and in the Philippines will be lost. Think about the call centers that are operating, and there are more than 2,000 call centers operating in India. If they lose their business overnight, it's not like they can go to other countries, majority English speaking countries, and have the same kind of volume that they've had with American companies and American customers. They would be struggling to keep the lights on and the cat fed. What I think some of them might do is turn into scam centers, turn into scam compounds, because they already have the infrastructure, they have rents to pay, they're going to try and scam the hell out of people. I hope they don't do that. I hope these rules are not implemented. And even if these rules are implemented, I hope it's not overnight. I hope it's done in a phased approach over a period of 5 to 10 years, which will not happen because Brendan Carr will be afraid that he won't be the FCC chairman beyond 2028 because there'll be another president. So let's see if these proposals get passed and if they become rules, and if they do, what's going to happen to call centers, operator and employees in India and the Philippines. If you have an idea about alternatives to American companies, servicing American companies for call centers, leave them in the comments. And subscribe while you're at it. Why aren't you subscribing? Please subscribe. It brings me to you. Well, apart from the subscriptions, my channel is now supported by a sponsor. I'm going to read a sponsor message and I'm going to be back right after this break, so don't go anywhere. It's only going to take a minute. If you are not using a VPN, what the hell are you even doing, bro? It's 2026. Do you want your internet service provider to view all your browsing activities? All of it? Do you want websites to use your IP to stalk you and serve you targeted ads? Do you want to be attacked by a cyber criminal easily while connected to public Wi-Fi? And sometimes, do you not want to see what shows Netflix UK has to offer that Netflix India may not have? You need a VPN. Don't argue. Now, I know that most VPN providers are not 100% reliable and are overpriced. I myself have been burned a lot of them before. But I found the best VPN service provider out there, and that's PureVPN. 24/7 support, privacy first, everything you need in a VPN and more. So don't wait. Go to the link that's in the video description to get up to 85% off the best VPN service out there. Stay secure so you can stay informed. Welcome back. We've got bits of other news that we are going to go through very quickly. By the way, what do you think of my new recording setup? Do you like it? Do you prefer the old setup? Let me know in the comments. I will do whatever you say reasonably. Chinese phone making giant Huawei. Well, they make phones, they make cars also now. I mean, check out something called the Maextro, Maxtro. This is basically a car that Huawei made that can compete with the Rolls-Royce by the looks of it. Anyway, Huawei, the phone-making giant, at one point they were the second highest phone, second in the world, even more than Apple. So much so that the US had to fabricate something about Huawei being a national security threat so that Huawei phones are not sold in the US. Otherwise, I guarantee you they'll be the best. They'll even beat Samsung in terms of phone sales. They also sell I digress. So the news this week is Huawei might be officially coming back to India. Huawei was in India. I mean, until you could say the late 2020s, Huawei was making it big in India. They were doing really well. We loved their phones. But, politics. Huawei shut operations in India. The rumor is that they are officially making a comeback. And this rumor was started because Flipkart put a banner on its platform of a particular launch. They're calling it an all-rounder device. I think it's a tablet. It's a Huawei tablet. Huawei has got some great tablets out there that are really enjoyed by people in China. So I think that is officially launching on Flipkart. And I say officially because Huawei products, certain Huawei, always available on Amazon. Check out the link to my blog post where I show you the products that have been available for so long. Check out the video description for links. Anyway, I'll be excited if Huawei sets up office and distribution formally in India, not just for their phones, but also for their smartwatches, for their earphones, for their tablets, and for their laptops. They make gorgeous laptops. The country's third And fourth, favorite telecom providers are talking to each other apparently to share infrastructure. I'm talking about, of course, Vodafone Idea and BSNL. BSNL is state, it's a public sector unit. Vodafone Idea is not exactly a public sector unit, but the biggest shareholder is the government. 48 point something percent of VI is owned by the government. They have been looking for months to try and sell it. If you know any investor who wants to buy 48% of Vodafone Idea, don't let me know. I won't have anything to do with it, but like, I don't know, tell the government, someone. Anyway, the news is that BSNL and VI are not merging. Reports are not saying that they are merging. They are talking about sharing of infrastructure to, of course, be able to try and save cost because they are both cash strapped right now, and also to potentially roll out 5G faster. Cool. I honestly think these two companies should just merge. They just become one company like BVSINL or something like that. I think we'll do very well with just three telecom service providers. Food delivery giants Zomato and Swiggy have hiked their platform fees. That's the fee a user pay when placing an order. Zomato's is now about 15 rupees. Swiggy's is about 17.5 rupees per order. Doesn't sound like much, but these platform fees was 2 and 3 rupees respectively not very long back. So they have increased rapidly over a period of time. What is more interesting to me is that Zomato and Swiggy, well, more specifically Eternal, the parent company of Zomato and Swiggy, have infused a lot of money, hundreds and thousands of crores into their respective quick commerce arms in 2025 and even 2026. Even last week, I told you, Eternal infused 400 and something crores into Blinkit. They're putting a lot of money in the quick commerce arm and trying to raise things like this. The platform fees makes me raise a lot of questions. I might make a separate post about it, so stay tuned. And finally, UPI giant PhonePe, which is due for an IPO this year. That's like the third most anticipated IPO of 2026 after Jio and Flipkart. PhonePe has put its IPO plans on hold. The company said because they are waiting for this whole Iran-Israel-US war to play out. That war has obviously caused a lot of uncertainties in the market with energy, with in general a lot of things. So PhonePe just said we are going to wait this out, and when things stabilize, we will resume our IPO plans. Honestly, I don't think PhonePe should be in a hurry for an IPO. They are already the biggest. Well, they are already the market leader in the UPI space in terms of volumes, most widely used UPI in India. By the way, I want to know what UPI apps you use. Leave them in the comments. And that's a wrap for this week in Tech India. Thank you for watching. Make sure to share this video with your friends and family so that they can stay informed like you about tech in India. Drop a like if you liked it. I really appreciate it, and make sure you subscribe. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you stay safe, stay curious, and stay informed about tech in India. Bye.